Hey what up folks, this is GK. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I have created this analytical dashboard using Data Studio, the BI tool, and BigQuery. So this is a real-time dashboard that is collecting the information from the cloud logging, previously also called as the Stackdriver, and it is collecting the information and it is storing the information in BigQuery and create a dashboard on top of BigQuery. So before I go into the solution itself, so let's go over this high-level design. So the use case is, let's say you have valuable information in the logs. As you know, Stackdriver or cloud logging collects all the valuable information related to the services from different services, like it could be cloud function, or it could be Dialogflow, or it could be any service. Now in this use case, let's say there is information related to the cloud function that is getting stored in the logs, and I want to analyze the executions of the cloud functions over a period of time. Let's say in the last 1 year, how many times a specific cloud function got executed. I want to create an analytical dashboard on that, and maybe we can also add cost to that in future. So that's the use case. How we are going to build that use case is, as soon as the function executions are stored in the cloud logging, we're going to create a sync to the BigQuery. So for those who are not aware of BigQuery, it's one of the best databases in the market today. Like for example, in AWS you have Redshift. So these are all columnar databases that can handle petabytes of data. So now as soon as the data is in cloud logging, we're going to create a sync that would send the data to the BigQuery. We're going to create a data set, and inside the data set there's going to be a table which is going to be automatically created based on the logs. And once that is created, we're going to connect this BigQuery table to the Data Studio. And here I'm using Data Studio, but if you are already having Tableau or any other BI tool or Looker or any such tool, you can use that and build dashboards. But the concepts and everything else would remain same no matter which tool you would select for your visualization. With that aside, let's dive into the tutorial. Okay, so first things first, go to your project console and select the project. And since here we are trying to analyze the cloud functions, executions of cloud functions, go to the cloud function service and create a couple of cloud functions. So I have function 2 and hello, which is already created. Let me create another cloud function here, call it as a welcome or something, and then select the region on save. Let me edit this one and allow unauthenticated for now, and then click on save, next, deploy. So now in total we have 3 functions. Feel free to create as many as you want, just to make your dashboard look much better instead of having just one function. I'm going to call it as total numbers or something, some random name. I'm just giving it here. Allow unauthenticated invocations, click save, next, and deploy. Once we have the cloud functions, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the cloud logging service, because this is where we're going to create the sync. Now if you watch this cloud logging console carefully, you can filter out what specific services logs you would want to look here in the logs. So you can select BigQuery information of the BigQuery for BigQuery logs, and you can select the cloud function log. So we want to create a sync for the cloud function, a specific filter, because I don't want to send everything. So let's say if I do not create any sync specific to the cloud function, or if I just keep the filter broad, we're going to pump in huge amounts of data to BigQuery, which is not needed for us, because we're going to create the dashboards only for this use case. So that's why I would specifically pick and choose which service I want to select here. So cloud function is that service. Now to get the exact filter for this, click on save search here, and you don't have to save, just copy this and click on cancel. If you go to a notepad and paste it here, you would see that the resource type is cloud function, right? So that's the resource type. Don't save. Now you can go to the logs router here. This is where we are going to create a sync, and I have created already a sync here before BigQuery dataset. So I'm going to create another sync show from scratch. So click on create a sink, and the destination for this sink is BigQuery dataset, as we are going to send these logs to the BigQuery. So click on next and use partition table, because this will help you to create partitions based on the date, and this will improve the performance of your BigQuery dataset. So select that. If you're not going to select that, the performance will not be great. Select that, and then where I click on something. So give sink name here as a cloud functions sink, and the destination is going to be BigQuery. Use partition tables, and here I can use the same cloud function ds data set which I have created before. If I go back to my BigQuery, and if you expand this project, you see the data set which I have created before. So I can create another table in the data set, so I don't have to create a new data set. But if you do not have a data set, you can here select an option and create a new BigQuery data set. But in my case, since I have a data set, I'm going to select that and click on create sink. Alright, so sink is successfully created. Now if you have any doubts on how the sink is, like what is the filter of the sink, go back to your logs router, and as you can see here, we have a cloud function sink that we have created here. Click on these three dots and edit sink, and here you can see the filter is set for cloud function. So this is important, and you can see this partition table is unchecked, and this is a bug which I have seen. No matter how many times you click on this and click on it update, you would still see this as unchecked. So but ultimately we have selected partition, so you would see the table is partitioned. Okay, so now click on cancel here and go back to your BigQuery. So click on this and refresh the screen here. I would just do a refresh. As soon as the data comes into the logging, the sink will get updated and you'll see the new table here. Okay, so now we can see that there is a new sink that is coming here, cloud functions, and let me execute the cloud function few times, like couple of times. So for that, go back to your cloud functions again. Go back to your cloud functions. Trigger in this in a new tab. Create another function. It's total numbers. I'm going to open that tab. Now we have opened all the tabs. I'm just gonna execute it a couple of times here. Welcome, total numbers. I'm executing like 3 times each, pretty much. Function 2. So I gave some executions to all these functions. Now we should see the number of executions in the BigQuery, and as well as we are going to build the dashboard, so we would see the dashboard as well. So as you can see here, the schema is created automatically based on the type of the data. So you don't have to create that schema after you create a sink, which is a good thing. And now if I query the table, let's say I'm going to give it as star, and since there is not much data here, I'm going to just give it a run. It's going to be less than 1000 because we just executed a few times. And now as you can see here, we have all the functions that got executed. And if I maximize this, you would see the important details. So now out of this, what we need is we need two main columns. So this one gives us the function name, and I want to know the number of executions. Like I would take this one, which has duplicate as well. As you can see here, it has function started, and there's 304 and 200 for the same function. So we would take a distinct of this, meaning that, you know, let's say function started, the number of times the function started for each function name is the total number of executions. So I would take that, and timestamp as a filter, because as the data keeps increasing in a year, you want to filter out for a specific date, and you want to see the number of executions. So that would be the filter, and everything else I would not select it for now. Okay, so now we have the sync which is successfully working, and as soon as I execute it few times there, the data is appearing here in the BigQuery. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on explore data, and here I click on explore data and explore with Data Studio. So for the title, I would call it as Cloud Function Executions Report or something like that. Then, so here it has a log name. I don't want to have a log name there. I would rather have the Cloud Function name. So if we go back to the BigQuery, the Cloud Function name is in resources labels function underscore name. Resources labels function underscore name. Select that and delete this log name, and now I can rename this to function name, and here for the record count I would select the text payload, because the record count is going to give everything that is there in the function name, which I don't want to show up here. So I would select text payload, text payload, right? And then I'm going to delete this. I'm going to call it as a total executions, and the count is distinct here. Let's say if I put count, it's going to show all the duplicates, which is not what we want. Count is distinct, and that's pretty much it. And here I can add a timestamp to filter out, based on tomorrow. Let's say after a couple of months I want to filter out based on the timestamp. I can select that here, and that's pretty much it. And you can go to the styles and you can change the way you want this look and feel to look like, and you can change the way it is appearing here. You can change the type of the charts here. For instance, if you want to select this, I can do this. All right, so now you can see my dashboard, the previous dashboard that I was showing, and I've done pretty much the same way, and you can see function name and total executions are changing. This is how you can create a data analysis dashboard quickly within few minutes by creating a sync on your logs. If you want to create a logging analysis dashboard with Data Studio and BigQuery. And this is important for your exam, as well as if there is a specific question on which database you want to select, you have to select whether it is BigQuery or Bigtable or any such time series questions. You would select BigQuery for data analysis specifically. Alright folks, thanks so much for watching, and let me know in the comment section if you like this video, and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and take care. Bye.